Hey guys, this is Cindy again, and I was just sitting here going through this tub of stuff right here. It's just right off the side of the camera. It's got a bunch of things in it that kind of go with a couple of journals I'm working on, so I thought I'm gonna clear through this because I seem like I just keep putting stuff in it and I never take anything out. So I thought, well, I'll just turn on the camera. And while I'm doing it, I don't have anything great to say or any great projects to show, and I just thought I would just turn it on. We'll see how it goes. I'm working on two journals. This Secret Garden one, I just, found the book, so I thought, yep, I'll do that one. And I've been working on it for a while. Pretty much got it ready to go. I'm in the process of putting tags and journaling cards in it, so I was creating some of those. And I have another journal started too. It is for the ABC Junk Journal Challenge on Facebook. And we have to do a different element for each letter of the alphabet. Like A is altered tag, B is bookmark, C is coloring page of some sort. So anyway, this is how far I've gotten on that one. But I am doing a few things along with it. So I've got that piled over here, this one piled over here. They're both kind of gardening, floral themes. So I'm just, saying, well, will this work with this journal? Will this work with that? So anyway, that's where I'm at. I also have worked on my room again. I keep rearranging and moving things around, and I think I finally got a really good system. My problem is I'm sitting here in my chair and I want everything within reach. So I start pulling stuff out, right? And then I've got this big pile. So I think I finally got enough drawers and cabinets and things near me and shelves that I can do a fairly good job. And hopefully, once I finish the journal, it's easier to clean up. So anyway, and I've got stuff behind me too, so you might hear my chair squeaking a lot as I turn around. So anyway, let's get going. One thing I've got is some, what do you call these? Playing cards that I've been sorting, and I was going to put some in my shop, and I haven't done it yet. So they're going with the Secret Garden Journal, so I'll put them back over there. This is from a card. No, it was from a box of cards, like the outside of the box. So I fussy cut around it. So it's a decoration that could possibly work in one of the two journals. The Secret Garden one is pretty much decorated, but the other one isn't really. But I kind of wanted to go with this one a little bit different since it's, the vegetable garden versus the flower garden. So I'm not sure. So I will probably just leave this laying around somewhere until I decide. I made a bunch of these journaling cards out of a book page, and I used the Secret Garden, so I kind of like to use it in the Secret Garden book, even though, we cover it all up, you really can't tell. But I have been putting some of this paper on the back, and I have no clue where I got this paper. I'm sure it was inside something. So what I've been doing is just like 2 strips down will cover it. And my goal is to use this up, because what else am I going to use it for? I don't have an adding machine or whatever they're called. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And I want to check to see if I'm in frame fairly much. Kind of, yeah. Oh, and I think I started to say this, but I always get sidetracked. Rearranging the room, I put a little shelf in front of my desk, and that's what my tripod's on. So it's about 8 inches taller than it has been. So I kind of zoomed in a little bit. So we'll just see how this looks. And you might accidentally get more of my head in it, and I hope not, because you don't really want to see my uncombed hair. I went to the pharmacist today because it's Saturday and I had to get there by noon, right? And was driving into town. Of course, they have a drive-through, so that's good. And I thought, I don't even think I combed my hair. I just grabbed my purse and got concerned because I couldn't find my car keys, and next thing you know, I'm in the car driving, and I thought, oh, I think I forgot to comb my hair. So that's just kind of like what it's like being retired. You just get up and go and don't think about stuff like that anymore. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got that on the back, and you can still see through it. That's good. It's just Secret Garden. And I will stitch around this, but it probably needs something in the center, even though I really like the way this looks. I know a lot of people think, oh, you got to put a focal image. Okay, but I really like that. So I have this. See, it's just going to get lost. Whatever I put on there is probably going to get lost. These are some cards. I don't think I ever uploaded the video where I showed I went to the local dollar store that was going out of business, and I got this box of cards and envelopes for 10 cents. So I thought, you know, they work as journaling cards, they work as, I can cut the image out, plus the envelopes, and so anyway, 10 cents. But I'm thinking, you know, I just had it right here beside me because I'm working through this tub. So with that image work, or let me look behind me. I've got, let me show you what I'm looking at. I know I showed this in a video. These photo pages that I just put the little cutout things in so I can flip through and find an image very quickly. And then I told you I found another one of these. I think I had 50 of them. And then I found another album at Goodwill that had never been opened, so I have like 100 pages. You can see how thick this thing is. And it's not quite full, but it's kind of getting there. So that's what I'm turning to look at. I'll try to move it a little closer. Just see if I can find something to work on that won't be too, I don't know, get lost too much. Let me try this. I don't think that'd be too bad. Let me just ink it up a little bit. And there's that thing I'm still hanging on to. So we have had rain here all day long. I was actually going near my parents' house this weekend for an herb festival. I think they've been having it for like 30 years or something. I haven't made it the last 5 or 6. This year I'm going regardless. Well, they had rain forecasts, and I thought, I'm not driving 2.5 hours to be wet and cold. So I'm here instead. And I'm hoping I'm on frame. Somewhere, oops, that's crooked. So I think this kind of blends in. It doesn't really stand out, but I'm fine with that. I'm not one of these people that thinks it's got to be, oh, there it is, you know. Like I said, I just like the background. I'm happy with that. So I'm setting this over to the side on my right here because I'm going to stitch around it from my sewing machine, with my sewing machine. And my sewing machine is in a different room. It was in this room, and I'm in my daughter's room. So over here on my right is her bed. It's shoved up against the wall. So when she comes home, which is not very frequent, I have to kind of clear out so she has a little bit of space in here. But I had the sewing machine in here. I moved it out at Christmas when she was coming home, and I never have moved it back. And I have to get up, walk down the hall a few steps, go into another room to use my sewing machine, which is okay by me because it gets me out of my chair and gets me moving a little bit. So that's fine. But I'm not just going to just stop and just sew, you know, every single piece. I'll just kind of like get a little stockpile. This right here is a book page that I have torn into a folder, and it needs all sorts of decorating, and I'm not going to work on this today, so I'm putting it in the stuff behind me. I've got 2 buckets, or baskets, I guess you would say. One's got like these cards and stuff that I make up. Like, see, there's one I didn't put an image on. Haha, didn't do it. But like these things, you know, the journaling cards and tags. So that's in one basket. And the other basket is pockets and tucks and belly bands and things like that. So that I can just grab something out if I need it. So that blank like that will go in there because it's not going to go in either one of these journals. So it'll be ready next time. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm pulling stuff out of my basket. Okay, here's a little pocket I made from an index card. And I'm going to say it might go into the journal over here, the more vegetable one, so I'll put it over there. Here is one that I'm going to save for maybe the Christmas journal that I started and never got past like day 5 on, because it's got deer and Christmas trees and it's got gold. So I have got a little basket here, I don't know if you can see it, that it's stuff that goes someplace else, so I need to file it someplace else, so that's going to go there. Okay, next thing is this journaling card. It was just a piece of scrap cardstock. I put this on, and it's a rub-on. Pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it was a rub-on. And the reason I say it was because of this card here. I don't know if you can see it very well. You can see the shiny plastic. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Yeah. Okay. This was laying around, so I took it to the sewing machine earlier and stitched all the way around, and I got to like the fourth side and I realized, oh, that's not vellum, that's a rub-on. I never finished rubbing it on. So it was giving me a lot of fits, so I went ahead and finished stitching, but I'm having to cut the plastic out, but I can't get most of it to stick down. So it might actually end up being a pretend piece of vellum that I may have to glue down a little bit more. But anyway, I'm still working on that. So this came from the same thing, but this one worked out okay. But it's so white that I'm going to put a little, the favorite vintage photo on there, and maybe look for some lace or something to go with it, and then I'll sew it later. The laces. Let's talk about the laces. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I've been pretty successful lately buying bunches of laces and trims and stuff, and it's another thing that's gotten out of hand. I have some in 3 drawers over here. I have some in a tub behind me, and I've got like 3 bins of it in this particular drawer, and then I've got some more over in some bins over there. And it's just crazy. So it means I've got to start using some. And I think I just forget about it, or it's not conveniently located. So that's one of the reasons why I don't use it. Now, I'm trying to find some now, and that's orange. Here's a little piece of something that was in one of those things I got this other weekend, last weekend. And this would be great, just kind of gathered up. Don't you think? And put on the top or down one of the sides. So I'm going to lay this over to the side. It's going to go to my sewing machine, and I will just gather this up, and then I'll come back and I'll glue it onto this. But I think that would be kind of pretty with that. And then if it needs something else, I'll add it later. So anyway, that's that. Okay, here's another one of these, and I really want to use it in one of these 2 journals because it's got the florals and the pinks. So it needs a backing. We'll do that again. And figure out some sort of focal point for the front. And I'm just using this cheap glue. I think I got it at Dollar Tree. And it seems to be working fairly well. But since I plan on stitching around it anyway, I don't mind using this. I finally ordered some of the Yoo-Hoo glue that everybody had been talking about. And I got small, not the big one, not as big as this, sticks. And it seems to be really good. It seems real wet or something, so far so good with it. But I'm just using this up because I have it. Here's the small one. Okay, and I ripped these pages out of the book and I didn't straighten the edge, so I like keeping that. So I'm just using these decal scissors just to cut the back that way as well. And then the top has got the cut edge, like coming out of the, top of the book, but or the side of the page. But I can just use these scissors, and well, maybe I can. And that way I get the decal, the edge on both sides, or both ends. Okay, now, what in the world to decorate with? Well, I'm going to turn around. Once again, we got this. I just might as well cut one of these out so we can try it. If you watched any of my tag making videos, you might have seen me do the, I had a collage piece. I just used it on every single tag. I just showed what it would look like. So this can be like this. What would this look like on this journaling card? And I decided to use the decal scissors. Okay. I could keep that sentiment, but I'm not going to. I got a whole bunch more. So, okay, way too big that way. Can go that way. It gets lost again. I kind of like the colors though, with everything else. So let's ink this up real quick. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not a real persnickety person. I think my biggest problem with a lot of people I watch on YouTube is, oh, this is terrible to say, it's like they don't seem to know when to stop. I'm like, okay, it looks good right now. Why do you have to keep adding stuff to it? And I know I shouldn't have said that, but sometimes to me, simple is best. And I guess that's just because I don't really consider myself an artist, haven't had any training. I just like to craft. So I don't have the artistic eye that they do, I guess. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to use that. It blends in. I like that. And I'm going to set it to the side here to stitch around the edges. Oh, and then I'll come back and maybe add some lace to it too. I'm going to try to add lace to every single thing I make so that... Ah, my electricity went out. Did y'all see that? I think my camera should still be going. Yep, the camera's still going. Oh, it's at 15 minutes already, and that takes me forever to upload. So let me do one more, and then we will call it quits. Like I said, I'm not doing anything earth-shattering. I don't have anything to say that is worth listening to, but sometimes just people need something in the background. I do that a lot. I like that you can see through this and still tell that it's Secret Garden book. I was in a thrift store and found a book called The Return to the Secret Garden, and I'm not sure who the author was. Of course, it wasn't the original author. And I thought, ooh, I'm going to read that. So, and I was thinking when I started reading, I didn't get very far. I got sidetracked, but I'll get there. But I was thinking about how the first book ended, or the book ended, and boy, these scissors aren't doing well. And I grabbed, this one I just tore up and looked at the ending of it, and I thought, oh, okay. I'm thinking of the movie, the way the movie ends. The movie doesn't end the way the book does. The movie ends with them growing up a little bit, but that's not the way the book ends. So I have no clue what this new book is going to be about. Okay, here we go again, me picking an image. Oh, you know what? I could have been inking some of those up too. I will go back and ink those before I sew them. Okay, let's see. I'm turning around, looking for an image. Let's see. Boy, that's a really... I've got sparkly and that, so it's kind of unusual. Let me try this. Sometimes I have a hard time pulling these things up. I have no fingernails whatsoever. They just keep going bye-bye. Okay, I kind of like the colors, the purple with that, and the greens are muted, but it definitely needs something behind it. So I'm going to dig out some music. I got this old hymnal somewhere, and it kind of feels terrible tearing out the pages, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, I'm going to glue this on here. Oops. I'm way behind on this challenge I'm working on. I was just like, I don't know. Well, there's just been a lot of stuff going on in life in general, and trying to clean out my house, thinking about moving in a year. I've set goals for myself. One of them was to clean out all the cabinets and drawers and linen closet and all that in my master bath. It was supposed to be done last Friday. Gave myself well, my husband's involved in it too. Gave us both an extension till this Friday because we went out of town last Friday. Gave ourselves an extension, and guess what? We still didn't make the deadline. And you would think on a rainy day like today, you can get more done. I think it's because we both know that we said that we also had to get ready to paint it as well. And that, ugh, no fun. So anyway, okay, I'm putting that on there. And then I'm going to try to remember to ink around this, and we'll see what that looks like. See if that really kind of sets it off. I'm the world's worst for remembering to ink. And there's one of the first series I watched when I first got into junk journals. The lady said, okay, what do we say before we glue? What do we do before we glue? She said that's the saying that they use for her little group. What do we do before we glue? Well, you ink it up. Of course, I don't remember to say the saying. So this is crazy, crazy, crazy one with that metallic on there. But oh well. If people don't like it, they can always toss it. It's just junk after all. And I think there's not a day that I don't sit down here and work on stuff that I don't remember. One of my friends said to me when I first started this, and she'd seen pictures, she said, it looks like junk. And I'm like, yes, that's right. It's supposed to. So that wasn't really what she was saying. So anyway, if it looks like junk, then I guess I've done a good job. So anyway, I'm going to sign off because it's going to take me all night and half the day to upload any videos. So I thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.